Well, hi there. Welcome back to the Longevity Insurance Workout Series. This is week 4, day 2, and I'm so excited that you're here with me today. I'm Pam Sano. I'm the founder of Fit at 55, and I'm your host for this series. So yesterday we worked pretty hard. Today we're going to slow it down just a little bit. We're going to really focus on our brain-body connection and really dial in on our posture. Posture, stability, mobility, longevity, coordination, they're all interlinked. They're all very closely linked together. And today's workout, we're going to hit upon all of them. So if you're ready, let's go. We're going to start with our usual quick warm-up and we'll get right into the workout. So let's start with some marching in place. Nice, slow, controlled movements. Bring your legs up at a 90-degree angle. Get your arms swinging in there too. We're not trying out for a marathon. We're just loosening up, getting our blood flowing, warming up our muscles, letting our body know we're gonna work. Okay, next, grab something to sit on. We're going to do some ankle circles. All right, sitting with your back nice and straight. I want you to extend one leg and just slowly make some big circles with your feet. We're going to kind of warm up that ankle joint. And reverse direction. Okay, let's switch legs. Nice big circles. Really work that joint to get it nice and loose. And reverse direction. Okay. Last thing we're going to do is some hip openers before we get to the main workout. So stand with your feet about hip width apart. We're just going to make some nice big circles. And these will not only help open your hips, but it'll also, you should feel this in your lower back as well. So nice and slow circles, kind of like you're doing a slow motion hula hoop. Okay, reverse direction. I know I've shared this before, but I could never get the hang of a hula hoop when I was a kid. Or probably now either. I haven't tried it in a very long time, but I don't know that I'd be much better. Okay, a couple more, and we'll move into the main workout. Okay, maybe just side to side for a second. Oh, it feels good. It feels good to stretch. Okay, our main workout, we're going to do some tap outs. And we did these yesterday, if you'll recall. We're going to do them again because they're such a good balance exercise. So if you don't remember from yesterday, we're going to stand, we're going to plant one leg, and then just slowly tap out and around. So we're going to go front, side, back, center. And go nice and slow because we're really trying to work on our balance here. I think that was 4, which would make that 5. See, I can count. I just can't count and talk at the same time. I think this is 7. See what I mean? 8. 9. And 10. Really pull that core in. Really focus on balance. Okay. Switch legs and front. 2. 3. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and make the last one really count. So let's go even a little bit slower. All right, way to go. Way to stick with it. Okay, next up, heel to toe walk. And this sounds really, really fundamental and basic, and it is, but it'll be really good for your posture and your balance. So I just want you to take one foot in front of the other and heel to toe. I'm going to run out of frame here, so I'm going to go back, but you can go as far forward as you want. And then when you're going back, you're going to go toe to heel. I'll start with my left foot this time. Nice, slow, controlled movements. I find going backwards a little bit harder than going forward. What do you think? All right, let's go up and back one more time. Really pull in that core nice and tight. Keep your posture, your back nice and straight. All right, how did that feel? Okay, let's move on to single leg holds. Now here, obviously we're working on balance, so as much as you can, just really tighten your core and try to hold your balance and keep your balance with your core. If you can't, if you're going to fall over, obviously grab onto something, but as much as you can, just really tighten that core and make that what holds your balance. Okay, switch legs. I find that balancing on my right leg is much more difficult for me. Switch legs. And it does help with these if you really find your balance before you pick up your foot. I know that sounds kind of obvious, but it's true. Okay, one more each side. And last one. Okay, the more you do that, the easier it gets. And you can practice with something like these. These are called balance pods. And they're just what you think they are. You put them on the ground and you balance on them. Might look easy, but it is not. You get your equilibrium and you just kind of hold it there. You can even do some moves like this where you dip down in front and then in back. Also a very good balance exercise. So if you don't have something like this, they're pretty inexpensive on Amazon. Highly recommend it. Okay, next up, what are we doing? Side leg raises. So here again, if you can hold your balance using your core and just retaining that sense of balance, that's great. Otherwise, grab onto something so you don't fall over. So we're just going to balance on one leg, raise the other one out to the side. So it's very much like what we just did, only we're adding that extra piece of moving our leg out to the side, which obviously affects your whole equilibrium. So this is just a little bit harder. Keep your back nice and straight, core in and tight. And again, make sure you've got that balance before you raise your leg out. Wobbling is acceptable. Wobbling just means that your body is working, getting stronger, and learning to adapt. So wobble away. Okay, last we'll do some calf raises, and I'll say it again. If you need to hang on to something, that's perfectly fine. But if you can do it without holding on to something, that's even better, because you're forcing yourself to retain your balance. Okay, let's do a couple more. And then we'll take a break, get some water, and then start over for round 2. Okay, let's take a few seconds rest and we'll come right back and get that second set in. Okay, set 2, here we go. We're going to start with those tap outs. We'll do 10 on each side. Nice and slow, controlled. 3, 4, 5. We're going to mix it up for the last 5. We're going to not come back to center. So we're just going to go front, side, back, front, back, side. So this is 7. So this is really going to force you to maintain your balance, because you don't get that 1 second of, regaining your balance when you come back to center. I believe that's 8. If it's not, I apologize. That's 9. And this is 10. All right, let's do the first 5 like normal, where we go front, back, or front, side, back, center. And then we'll skip the center on the last 5. This is 3, 4, 5, and next one we're going to skip the center. So we go front, side, back, front, back, side. 7, 8, 9, 10. Was I saying front, back, side? Front, side, back. If I mixed it up, I apologize, but you were watching me. I think you knew what I meant. Okay, let's do the heel to toe walk. So make sure you've got some empty space in front of you. We're just going to do nice, deliberate heel to toe. Kind of like you're walking on a balance beam. I used to do gymnastics when I was younger, all the way through grade school and high school. And balance beam was never my forte. I did try it, but it's very difficult. It's hard to walk across a balance beam and not fall off. I don't know how they do all the flips and twirls and oh my gosh. Yeah, I was more of a floor routine kind of a gal. I loved it. I really enjoyed my time in gymnastics. Never competed. I grew up in a small town, so there wasn't really much market for that, unfortunately. But it was a great experience. Kept me busy and out of trouble. Well, for the most part. I got into a little bit of trouble in high school. Not terrible, but okay. That's it for that one. Let's do the single leg holds. So get some space. If you need to grab onto a wall, that's fine. We're going to plant left and raise right. Hold it for a few seconds. And down. These are super easy to incorporate. You could do these 10 times a day. You could do them while you're waiting for your coffee to brew in the morning. Do them while you're filling up your water bottle at work. Stand up, which brings me to another point. You really should stand up and move for a few minutes every 30 to 45 minutes. Sitting truly is the new smoking. It truly is. It's a kind of a funny saying, but it's true. Sedentary lifestyles are very, very bad for us. And one other thing that I read recently, I'm going to keep talking while we move on so I can get you out of here. Okay, so we're going to do the side leg raises. So plant your left and raise your right. Another thing that I read recently, a Stanford psychologist spent 4 years, switch legs, on proving that walking sparks creativity. She tested this theory over and over, and every, see, I can't talk and balance at the same time, I guess, either. Every naysayer who said, yes, but, she would set out to prove them wrong. Like, for example, walking outside, well, of course, it's the fresh air outdoors that's sparking the creativity. Well, she had a control group in a wheelchair and the other group walking, and their creativity was still 50% better, I think. So yes, the outdoor did spark some creativity, but the walkers still had far more. So my point is, walk, move. Let's do some of those calf raises. So anyway, very interesting study. Cannot remember her name. If I can find it again, I'm sure I will. I'll find it. I'll post it in the comments below because it's really an interesting study. I think you'd enjoy reading it. Or, I don't know, maybe you don't geek out like all things fitness like I do. I just find it so fascinating that moving in certain ways and certain, intervals can not just make our bodies feel better, obviously, that's the obvious thing, but can also spark our brains. So I love that. It's all connected. Okay, one more after this one. We'll do a quick cool down. We'll get you out of here. So you hear me stop, so you don't have to hear me babble about fitness any longer. Okay, we're going to do some deep breathing with arm raises. I think we did these yesterday too, but we're just going to breathe in, raise our arms overhead, and then down. Okay, ready? Breathe in and out. In, out. One more. All right, let's do a few quad stretches. We worked our quads a little bit today with all those standing leg raises and the balancing on one leg. That really works our quads. So let's stretch those so we're not sore tomorrow. Remember, a little wobble is okay. Your body is learning, it's getting stronger. And I'll bet you if you repeat this series over the next few weeks again, you'll find that you wobble a lot less because you've started to adapt. It's amazing how quickly our bodies adapt. Okay, let's do a couple hamstring stretches. So right leg in front, keep it straight, and then hinge forward at the hip. Feel a nice stretch in your hamstring and also your lower back. And switch legs. How about one more each side? Last one. Get a nice deep one. Feel a nice stretch. All right, back up, shake it out, grab some water. And that's it for today's workout. Tomorrow is going to be a tough one. I'm going to warn you now. So make sure you bring something comfortable to move in. Make sure you bring your water bottle. It's going to be a good one, but it's going to be hard. And I can't wait. I'll see you there.